Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another discussion, a Minecraft discussion on all things well being. This is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm here to have a chat with you, of course, about becoming the boss of your brain. That is the foundation, the bricks of Minecraft, is to understand that thoughts come first, feelings come second, and actions or behaviors last. So, by changing our thoughts, we literally change our lives. Welcome back, listeners. And so today we're going to talk about, kind of flipping the script on, wanting to be understood and flipping it to, seeking to understand. And, there's all kinds of stuff out there from the great thinkers, also included in that the Bible. And I'm no Bible expert, but it says something in there about, whatever it is we need to actually flip the script and do that for other people. So if we're feeling misunderstood, not understood at all, not listened to, really energy wise, what's best to do is to proactively seek to understand, to listen to really get inside someone else's head in an authentic way where they're feeling heard and validated and understood. And I'd like to give out another shout out to Richard Carlson, um, author of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff series. They're really, really good. I think they were in the 80s, but they're short little tiny chat, like a page or two, and it's just good for kind of dipping into. And I usually find something I need, and I've owned these books for decades, and sometimes I'll get away from them and then I'll come back and you just can like open it up and like there it's like, whoa, right there is something that I usually need to hear. And so he says essentially, in quote, seek first to understand, end quote, implies that you become more interested in understanding others and less in having other people understand you. This is so key. And it can be hard to do because we all want to be heard. We all want to be listened to and valued and understood, validated, right? And so this can be hard to flip the script when we're not feeling understood and listened to and everything. And the thing is, this is actually the way to get to be in a place of being listened to and validated and understood. And so he says it means mastering the idea that if you want quality, fulfilling communication that is nourishing to you and others, understanding others must come first. This is such a good habit to lean into because think about how it is on the other end when you're not feeling understood and you might be alone in a crowd, as they say, because nobody's getting me right now. Nobody's getting the pain I'm in. They're just or change the word. Nobody's getting how anxious I am. Nobody's getting how depressed I am. Nobody's getting how preoccupied I am with all this unpredictability in the atmosphere. And when we flip that and try to dip into the minds of other people, we end up getting back, 10 or 20 fold what we put in. I mean, it's just how it works with the universe. So Richard says, when you understand where people are coming from, what they're trying to say, what's important to them, and so forth, being understood flows naturally. It falls into place with virtually no effort. When you reverse the process, however, which is what most of us do most of the time, you're putting the cart before the horse. It's so, so true. And I can tell you, I've had this circumstance where I've caught myself doing that and then switch it and jump into the other person like full throttle, just all ears. Tell me more. That is the mantra. Tell me more. And they can actually feel the vibe that you're interested in them and feel the vibe that you want to hear more about them. And it's so incredibly rewarding on all ends. Um, so he says, when you try to be understood before you understand, the effort you exert will be felt by you and the person or people you, whoops, I think I messed that up. When you try to be understood before you understand, the effort you exert will be felt by you and the person or people you were trying to reach. Communication will break down and you may end up with a battle of two egos. So not what we want. Remember that the ego is the evil twin of the authentic self. The authentic self doesn't need validation. Does it feel good? Yes, we're not saying that. Does it need to be appreciated? No. Does it feel good to be appreciated? Yes. Does it feel good to be understood? Yes. Here's the thing, the authentic self doesn't need to seek any of that out. It can land in our laps and it feels great, but the authentic self is whole and complete as he, she, or they is. It's just how it works. So when we're needing, that's the word, needing validation and appreciation to be understood and all this stuff. That's the ego. That's the ego looking for kudos. Um, And really, this is sort of similar to when we talked about choosing being kind over right, sort of. It's not exactly the same. It would be obviously two different episodes. But it comes down to focus on the inner peace and ask yourself, whatever you're doing, whatever the conversation is, whatever the questions are, whatever the behavior is, focus on the prize. What am I trying to get out of this? Is this bringing me inner peace? Is this bringing me joy? If not, I'm thinking don't do it, really, right? Because even if it's you're going out of your way for somebody, that's great, and it's all kinds. Maybe you're doing something enormously laborious, but you know that it's for the better of the other person. That makes us feel good too. So it's all inner peace and joy motivated. Though you're not getting those two things out of that conversation, and you find yourself sort of biting the shenpa hook. We've talked about shenpa, right? Those of you who listen to that other episode, we feel this urge to react and be right and be kind. I'm sorry, not be kind. But when we feel the urge to react and elevate ourselves and, just be right and be on top and win and all that, that's all the ego. That is not the authentic self. The authentic self feels whole and complete and doesn't need any of that. So it's really important to question your motive. What is it that I'm getting out of this? What is it that's moving me to say or do whatever? And then Richard says, winding up here, seeking first to understand is about who's right or wrong. Sorry, messing up here a little bit. That's because it's not that light in here. Seeking first to understand isn't about who's right or wrong. It is a philosophy of effective communication. When you practice this method, you'll notice that the people you communicate with will feel listened to, heard, and understood. This will translate into better, more loving relationships. Really, what we really want to add to that is as seeking first to understand transforms relationships. It transforms our relationships with other people because they are feeling the love from you, because it's loving to take the time to be present, fully present, and actively listen. And I don't know if there's a better feeling than that in the whole world than somebody kind of jumping right in your ribcage with you to feel your pain and feel your excitement, your joy, whatever it is. And it actually is transforming. And when we do all that for other people, what we get back out of it is just crazy amazing. And so that's it. Seek first to understand. You will then be overwhelmed with feelings of being understood later. It's just how it works. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.